So from that perspective now, can we see that the word capitalism in the current economy is a terminology that is accurate or is not accurate?
Well, the old idea was that capital is something that's stored up and then invested. So capital is another way of saying savings. Certainly in Western economies, there's virtually no such thing as savings. And so you could call it creditism, that these institutions that have the power to create money do so by extending credit to people who want either to buy something or to create something commercially.
Okay. From the perspective of the impact of this debt-based economy in our civilization, in our society, so I think there is a huge impact that the debt-based economy has in the life of individuals and also every society. So, what is your view on this?
Well, on a societal level, factories produce stuff only if there are people to buy them. And so what's called aggregate demand, and the overall demand for stuff, for goods being produced by the economy, aggregate demand is inexorably linked to people borrowing money to buy stuff. So if everybody stops borrowing, then demand goes down. And that's what happened in 2008, 2009. So either governments have to step in to create demand, or you get depressions. And we're in a kind of a slow depression now because governments have imposed austerity in order to deal with the situation, which is actually, according to the guys who predicted the crisis before it came, those economists say that's exactly the wrong thing that a government should be doing.
Okay, what is the relationship, if I may ask, between debt and human damage to the environment?
Well, capitalist debt is based on the idea that the money supply has to keep increasing in order to service existing debt. So more debt has to be taken on because the way that money is created is by people taking on debt. So this implies that you need an ever-increasing GDP, gross domestic product, or gross national product. And so you have to keep converting nature into stuff, which means that the economic machine is based on the idea of infinite growth in a limited environment. And so we are living right now in the context of infinite growth butting up against the limits of a limited environment. So the logic of capitalism is driving this destruction of the environment.
Okay. Yeah, this is the perspective of the authors in the Debts from Sharia and Economic Perspective of that is published by ISRA, and it's our IRP 81. And if we look at it from a holistic perspective, we can see that the Sharia does not disallow the debt-based instrument, but the approach of Sharia towards incurring or using debt-based instrument is also, as we know in Sharia, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. So it has to be a moderate approach. The balancing must be in the use of debt-based instrument. So meaning that the government must come in if there is any excessive use of debt-based instrument before the effect or the damage that can cause into the life of individual and the society. So this is the research outcome in this IRP 81. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Don't forget to keep watching. We'll have more installments from this series Inside Islamic Finance posted from time to time on the iFikr website.